This video is the best you'll ever watch in your life about attracting women. We'll explore the psychology of women, and you'll learn exactly what to do to make any girl in the world, no matter who she is obsessed with, you addicted to you and love you with all her heart. So how can you make a woman love you and go crazy for you? If I had to answer this question in one word, that word would be drama. Drama is what stirs a girl's emotions. It's what makes her think about you when she goes to bed and what makes her think about you when she wakes up in the morning. It's the key to making any girl fall in love with you and stay attached to you forever. What do I mean by drama? Listen to me carefully now. A woman is an emotional being drawn to and driven by feelings. The way to make her love you is by stirring her emotions in a specific way. There are 8 feelings that if a woman experiences them with you, her brain will release love hormones that make her attached to you and happy with you. The way to do this is by creating drama between you and her. Drama is the name of the recipe I'll share with you today. This recipe is the key to any girl's heart. If you leave out any ingredient, she'll lose interest and won't feel attracted to you in this video. I'll explain every element of the recipe and show you how to use it. How to make a girl feel these emotions when you talk to her. Look, when you talk to a girl, there are 2 types of emotions: external emotions and emotions that come from you. For example, external emotions occur when you and she go to a beautiful place and feel the atmosphere of that place. Emotions that come from you, on the other hand, are when you're the source of those feelings, like telling her a story about yourself that makes her feel a certain way, or having an argument that makes her feel sad in your relationship with a girl. External emotions hold no value. This is the mistake I see many guys make, and even other YouTube videos fall into the same trap when they hear that women are driven by emotions and that you need to stir their feelings. They think it means taking her to a beautiful place or doing something similar. No, that's a misunderstanding of this principle. I'm telling you this because I used to make the same mistake. Women are attracted to the source of the emotions. For example, if you take her to the movies and watch a film that moves her emotionally, it doesn't mean she'll be attracted to you. No, it means she'll be attracted to that film. I'm not sure if you're following me, but it's crucial that I explain this idea because it's very important. You need to be the source of the emotions. She feels this should be woven into your conversations and interactions with her. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create these emotions and be their source. You'll also understand women and relationships better than 99% of people. Let's begin with the first ingredient in our recipe: excitement. Excitement should be created by mixing attention with a touch of indifference in your conversation. How it means sometimes you compliment her, and other times you critique her, but in a way that stirs her emotions. Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you is something you haven't heard from anyone else before. First, let me show you the wrong way to compliment or critique. For example, this dress doesn't look good on you. You should have chosen pink. You look beautiful in this dress. Both of these approaches are wrong, because they don't evoke a sense of excitement in the girl. Let's start with criticism and how it should be delivered. The correct way is to show some attention and then add a hint of indifference without being completely uninterested or overly attentive. The pattern should be one line which shows interest and another line which shows a bit of disinterest. For example, you look beautiful in this dress, but pink would have been even better. What this really means is that you're showing her you're interested, but that doesn't mean you're chasing her for her attention. Notice how this sentence combines both interest and a touch of indifference by saying she looks beautiful in the dress you're showing. Clear interest when you add that pink would have been better. You're introducing a slight element of indifference now. If you want to show interest, all you need to do is reverse the structure of the sentence. For example, if this dress were pink, it would be better, but still it looks great on you. Here's the thing. As humans, we tend to remember the last thing that's said to us. For instance, if I came to you and said you're a smart person, but your problem is that you talk too much, the part that will affect you the most is the last thing I said, and you'll likely interpret it as a negative comment. But if I said you talk too much, but despite that you're a very smart person here, you'll perceive the comment as positive. Even though the sentences are the same principle applies when talking to a girl. If you simply tell her you're beautiful S, chances are she hears this all the time. But if you say you're so short but still you're adorable when she hears this, she'll initially feel a slight dip, but then her emotions will rise again. This rise and fall in emotions is what creates excitement within her to always mix attention and indifference in your conversations. However, there's one situation where you can show complete attention, and that's when she does something you like. For instance, if you told her, "I love the color green," and later she wore a green shirt, it's perfectly fine to say this. "Shirt looks great on you." Similarly, if you told her you don't like the color black, and she wore a black shirt, it's okay to say, "This shirt doesn't look great on you." That was the first ingredient. Now let's move on to the second. Show her that you're someone who's enjoyable to spend time with. Every time she thinks of you, exciting and fun, thoughts should come to mind. How can you achieve this? There are 3 key points. 1. A shift in your mindset. If you're talking to a girl and trying too hard to make her laugh or entertain, her chances are you'll only end up being just a friend to her. The way to create fun when you're with a girl is to enjoy your time yourself. You need to be positive, relaxed, and fully immersed in the moment. If you say something, it should be because it amuses you, not just because you're trying to amuse her. In other words, be spontaneous. Spontaneity is the most important thing to make a girl or anyone else feel like they're having a good time with you. Say what you want, act how you want, and don't overthink the way you talk or move. Be comfortable, do what makes you happy, and focus on what makes you laugh. Here's a golden rule. The way to make a girl enjoy being with you is for you to enjoy yourself first. 2. Talk about what you love. Look, if you've been following this series, you'll often hear me say she feels what you feel. Her emotions are a reflection of yours. When you talk about the things you love, you'll feel a sense of joy and enthusiasm. And as a result, she'll feel it too when talking to a girl. Focus on topics you're passionate and excited about. Passion can transform a simple subject like cooking into an incredibly engaging conversation. For example, if you love traveling, make her feel your excitement about seeing the world. If you're passionate about building your business, let her see your leadership side and let your entrepreneurial spirit shine. Turn negativity into positivity. Take something negative and turn it into something positive. How do you do this? Here's a golden formula. You should remember for life. 1. Notice a flaw or negative aspect in her personality or appearance. 2. Point it out. 3. Transform it into something positive to make her feel better. For example, if you notice she's wearing heavy makeup, you could say, "Do you always wear this much makeup, or is it just for special occasions?" She'll respond. And then you immediately follow up with, "Don't worry, you still look cute with it." See how turned a comment about her appearance into something positive? This is a fantastic approach, and every time I've used it with a girl, I've noticed she starts laughing and enjoying herself. By the way, if you'd like me to make a video on how to make a girl laugh, let me know in the comments. Now let's move on to the third ingredient. This feeling is created through 2 main techniques. First technique, unfinished conversation. This involves sparking her intense interest in something you say or do, and then just when the excitement or fun reaches its peak, you suddenly pull back and leave her eager to know more. Here are some examples. Imagine you're having a conversation with a woman and you say something like, "Oh, I completely forgot. I was supposed to tell you something really important. Wait, I have to make an important phone call. I'll tell you later." Or, "I've noticed something fascinating and strange about you. Do you know what it is?" When she asks, "What is it?" you reply, "Well, I'll tell you later. Now's not the right time." Do you get the idea? Another way to do this is by leaving her with an incomplete story. For example, say something like, "Do you know there are 2 habits I hate in women? The first habit is that most women don't say what they mean and don't mean what they say." Then go silent. She'll ask, "What's the second habit?" You reply, "Well, I don't think you're ready to hear it yet. I'll tell you when you're ready." Then change the subject. Women love instant gratification, and the fact that you make her wait will increase her excitement, curiosity, and desire to know what you mean. This will make her think about you all day, creating a strong sense of attraction toward you. Second technique, leave the date without revealing your feelings for her, especially at the beginning. Make sure not to spend too much time with her to the point where the meeting becomes boring. When you feel the conversation has reached its peak and you're both having fun, That's the perfect time to end it. Learn to end a date while it's still enjoyable and don't let it drag on to the point of becoming dull. The final step is to leave without promising her another meeting. Most men usually end a date by saying, "Let's meet again or I'll call you," but that's not the right approach. A great way to maintain mystery is to leave the date without mentioning another meeting. This will help you in ways you can't imagine. First, she'll have no idea whether you enjoyed your time with her, which will make her think about you a lot. Then she'll keep wondering why I didn't ask for another date, because you didn't tell her whether you want to see her again or not. She'll go crazy, trying to figure out your level of interest in her, and she'll find it hard to get you out of her mind. Once a woman is in a state of confusion, she will always feel curious to know whether you want her or not. This feeling complements the previous one and at the same time works depending on the woman's level of attraction. If the woman does not yet love you and hasn't reached the stage of deep affection, it's not a problem for her to know that you're interested in her as long as you're talking to her and meeting her. She'll naturally assume that you're interested. However, you should never show her that you want her. I've talked about this topic extensively in this series, but to summarize, never reveal your feelings to a woman too early. Most movies revolve around the idea that women love it when a man is honest about his feelings and tells her how he feels about her. But this only works in movies, not in real life. If you tell a girl you love her or that you're in love with her too early, she'll instantly lose all attraction for you. Why? Because you've killed the element of mystery in the game. Think of it this way before you reveal your feelings. She wasn't sure about your true feelings toward her. This uncertainty was the primary factor that made her attracted to you. That's why it's not surprising that many men face rejection after telling a girl they love her or are interested in her. The point here is never tell a girl how you truly feel about her. Let her stay in a state of mystery and keep playing the guessing game with her now. If she confesses her love for you, it's fine to show her that you want her. But even then, she should want you more than you want her. How do you achieve this? Show that you're ready to walk away. If your principles are violated, a high-value man prioritizes his principles over any girl and demonstrates a strong willingness to walk away if any of these principles are crossed. Imagine this scenario. You just had a fight with your girlfriend and she threatens to leave you. How do you respond? An average man would immediately apologize and make every effort to ensure he didn't upset her. He might do things he doesn't want to do or agree to things he fundamentally disagrees with just to make sure she doesn't leave. But here's what a high-value man would do. The girl, "I'm going to leave you." His response, "I know we don't get along anyway. You and Michael would make a cute couple." Then he walks away. A high-value man doesn't compromise on his principles because he knows he has enough options to choose from. At the end of the day, make her eager to learn more about you by keeping her in a constant state of guessing. You do this through mystery. Being mysterious doesn't mean fabricating everything about your personality. It simply means not giving away too much information about yourself. Too soon, many men often provide detailed answers to every question. A girl asks, for example, if a girl asks, "Where do you work?" Most men would reply, "I work at XYZ. The mistake here is that by giving too much information too early, they unintentionally signal low value, which can negatively affect how the girl perceives them. Now let's reframe this the right way. If a girl asks, "Where do you work?" There are many answers you can give to this question personally. I've experimented with different responses, and I eventually found one that always works. It's the one I now use every time. Guess, and if you get it right, I'll pay for dinner. Here, if she guesses correctly, I pay for dinner, which always works and leads to another date effortlessly. If she doesn't guess, that's exactly what I want because I create an of mystery, making her enjoy the interaction and want to meet me again. Here are more examples. Her, "What are you doing?" Saturday night. You something fun, but it's a secret. Sorry, I can't tell you. Her, "Have you ever been in a relationship before you?" I don't know you well enough yet. I don't share personal things with strangers over time. The level of mystery should gradually decrease, but you should always maintain some degree of it. For instance, whenever you go somewhere, don't immediately tell her where you went. Whenever you do something, don't give her all the details up front. Always keep her wondering what you're up to. This is why one of the most important emotions a woman should feel for you. She needs to feel jealous if you're not yet in a serious relationship, and she asks you whether you're dating other women, don't be afraid to admit it. Instead, say, yes, there are a few girls I go out with, saying this won't just make her feel jealous, but will also push her to work twice as hard to keep you by her side, because now she knows that if she slacks off, you might go to those other girls. If you're already in a relationship and it's exclusive, it's still important for her to feel some jealousy. You should occasionally talk to other women or have female friends you hang out with now and then. However, if she asks about them or expresses jealousy, you need to make it clear to her that despite this, she is the one who truly matters to you and the one you want. Women love this feeling. They enjoy being in competition with other women and feeling like they're the winner this way. She sees you as a prize and becomes more attached to you, enjoying the relationship. Even more jealousy is a vast topic, and I'll dive deeper into it in upcoming videos. A girl will not enter into a physical relationship with you unless she feels comfortable and safe with you. The of safety is crucial and will be the subject of an upcoming video. It's one of the most important emotions a girl needs to feel with you. For now, I'll share the most essential tip for creating a sense of safety with a girl. Make sure what you present aligns with your true personality. You might have the perfect words to say, but if they don't match your personality, you'll always come across as fake. For example, imagine a guy who tries to learn everything he doesn't genuinely care about just to impress a girl. Picture this: a girl tells a guy she loves pop music, and suddenly he starts talking a lot about pop music, even though he doesn't really care about it. Later that day, he goes home and obsessively researches everything new in the world of pop. What is he trying to do here? He's going out of his way to blend into the girl's reality, just to gain her acceptance. This doesn't align with his personality, but he's still doing it to please her. You should never do something that goes against your nature, just to please a girl. This is the key principle. Be honest with your personality even before approaching women. This is one of the most powerful ways to make a girl feel safe with you, as she'll sense she's with someone trustworthy and genuine, not someone fake. Of course, there are other tricks and strategies you can use to create this feeling of safety, such as when you go to the movies or stay at home to watch a film. Choose a horror movie this way. When she feels scared, she'll cling to you, and since you won't be scared, she'll feel safe with you, which will create a sense of security within her. In any case, making a girl feel safe with you is a broad topic and one of the best to explore. Don't worry, I'll work on a detailed video about this in the future and explain it thoroughly. Now let's move on to the final emotion. This component is crucial for several reasons, which is why you should not be afraid to engage in a debate or disagreement with her from time to time. If you always play by her rules and agree with everything she says, you're indirectly signaling to her that you don't know how to demand the respect you deserve. This suggests that you're afraid disagreements could lead to negative consequences for you, and it also shows that you don't believe you're good enough, making you fear losing her in reality. This is something we see often. A regular guy manages to start a conversation with a beautiful girl. Suddenly, a million thoughts begin swirling in his head. He's afraid of saying the wrong thing or making a mistake that could ruin everything. When he can't think of anything to talk about, his anxiety grows, and he starts asking boring questions like, "What do you do?" and so on. He believes whatever she says, "I'll just agree, so I don't upset her. I don't want to seem rude." After a few minutes, the girl thinks this is so dull. How do I get out of this situation? She makes up an excuse like, "I need to go to the bathroom." Then she leaves and never comes back. As you can see, it can be terrifying when you don't know what's going to happen next. And these fears lead any men to believe the myth that women hate men who disagree with them. The truth is, women seek a challenge, and you'll never be a challenge if you agree with them on everything. A good mix of all these emotions is the perfect recipe to make any girl attracted to you for a long time. Don't let any single emotion dominate all the time, as that can become boring over time, and the girl might lose her attraction toward you to evoke these emotions. You need to be unpredictable in everything you do. Keep the girl guessing about your next move. Always maintain a slight sense of mystery and unpredictability in your conversations, behavior, and the way you express yourself. This was the